Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be working on something pretty exciting, and I think you guys are going to think it's really cool. So what we're going to be capturing today is a droneception type photo. Now, maybe you've seen the movie Inception. They have that one scene where the city just started bending over on itself. So we're going to be capturing a photo similar to that. You might have seen some images floating up on the internet. I've seen them. They're really amazing. They're really cool. Now, in order to capture these type of photos, you're going to need to have a drone. I have the DJI Phantom 3 Pro here. So with your drone, you need to have the capability of adjusting the gimbal. So we're going to be capturing different perspectives from the sky, and that's what makes this illusion possible. Now, I'm going to quickly break down the type of shots you're going to need to get with your drone, and then we're going to go into Photoshop and kind of put this image together. So let's get started. These are the drones, amazing looking little drones. So the first shot you want to capture is you got to go about 20 to 30 feet above the ground, and you want to make sure that the gimbal or your camera is facing in the forward direction. And then you want to kind of move the drone forward a little bit, not too much, say maybe 20 feet, maybe less. And you want to go up to 90 to 100 feet, and then you want to tilt the gimbal down slightly, a little bit, so it's pointed down on a slight angle, and then capture another image there. Then we're going to move the drone forward even more, and we're going to go up to 120 feet to 130 feet, and also tilt the gimbal down on a slight angle, more than this one. Then we're going to go up to 400 feet, about 400 feet, and we're going to move across a little bit more and point the gimbal straight down and then capture that image. Okay, let's get this thing started. So I'm using Adobe Photoshop CS3. I think this is the newest version. Just kidding. You could use any version of Photoshop to do this droneception photo. So I started out with an image here. This is 2000 across by 3500 up and down. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up my images that I took with my drone today. And these are the 4 images. So I'm gonna click open. Now the idea is to get these 4 images into this image here. So I'm gonna go to the first image, do a Control A, Control C, go here, and then Control V to paste those images there. So let me go to the second image, do the same thing, Control C, copy it, and so forth. Now we have 4 different layers of images. The idea is we're going to be stitching all these images together. So this is the first image down below, and what I want to do is kind of bring this to where I think I would want the image. So I'm going to guess and say I'd want it like around here. I'm going to go to the second image and kind of line it up a little bit, but what I'm going to be doing actually is cutting the bottom half of this out. So I'm going to guess and just say I want to get rid of that and hit the delete key, and let me just bring this down. So right now, basically what I'm doing is just trying to line it up so that it kind of matches up. I'm gonna go to the third image and do the same thing. So now just looking at this, I want to kind of go with layer 2 real quick and do a Control T, right click, free transform, and kind of make it a little bigger so it matches the image below. And kind of do the same thing with layer 3, Control T, right click, free transform, and make it a little bigger. Layer 4, I'm going to do the same thing, Control T, right click, transform, and make it bigger. So we kind of have the image lined up the best that we can. So that's probably going to be the hardest part of this whole thing, but I'm going to show you a few tricks to kind of match it up a little better. So to get that droneception sort of effect, what we want to do is kind of bulge out the bottom of this image. So what we're going to do is make sure layer 1 is highlighted, and then I'm going to do a Control T, right click, and then go to warp. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So like I said, the idea is to kind of bulge out the bottom a little bit. So I'm going to kind of pull it out like this. Just like that, and kind of maybe pull this out a little bit also, and then kind of tighten up the top. It's not really showing too much that it's doing something, but I'd really recommend kind of tightening that top part up a little bit. All right, that's looking good for now. Let's apply it. Let's go to layer 2 now, and then do the same thing. So Control T, right click, warp. And now we're going to stretch out that bottom as well. Now we kind of want to line this up with the layer below it. That's looking okay for now. Again, we're going to kind of tighten up the top a little bit. And then go to layer 3, doing the same thing here. So Control T, right click, warp, stretch out the bottom. So we're already sort of getting that effect of you have a straight shot down below, and then it kind of looks like the road is going straight up, which is that really weird, cool effect. And then go to layer 4. Same thing, Control T, right click, warp, and stretch out the bottom here. So I'm going to finish adjusting layer 4. When I'm done, I'll come right back. It looks good. It looks pretty good. It is still a little bit off, but what I want to do next is adjust the colors, and then I'm going to come back and fix the warping again. I'm going to match everything to the first layer. So I'm going to go to layer 2, go to image adjustments, and then levels. It looks like it needs to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to pull this, sorry, wrong one. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. So that looks good. I'm going to leave it just like that. Let's go to layer 3 and darken that one again also. So let's go to image adjustments, levels, and as well do the same thing, darken that up. So this one is, let's try the midtones. So the idea is to just try to get the different images to match up as perfectly as possible. All right, so I think I screwed up layer 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually delete that layer, bring layer 4 back in, go back here, paste it, and then I want to trim up right to this point where I get past this little this here. Okay, that looks pretty good for now. I'm going to do a Control T, right click, free transform, and make it a little bigger. Probably needs to be right around here. And again, we're going to right click, go to warp, and stretch it out. That might be it. No. Oh, that's just about it. And what I'm going to do here is just tighten up the top a little bit. All right, that's good. Now I need to go back into layer 4 and then go to image adjustments, levels, and I want to darken it so it matches better. Right about there. That's actually looking perfect. That is looking perfect. Now the one thing you're noticing is you can actually see these lines, and that's not good. That's not good at all. The colors match up, not 100%, but I'm okay with it for now. So what I want to do is I'm going to make sure I have layer 4 highlighted, selected, and then I'm going to go to the clone stamp tool, and I have the opacity set to about 83%. You got to mess around with it and see what works for you. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to go on to layer 4, and I'm going to hit the Alt button, and then I'm going to click right around here, and then I'm going to just kind of, you know, mask out that line using the clone stamp tool. And let's kind of get a little more diverse and choosing a different section. So I chose a different section in here. Let's go here and kind of add a few more little trees, whatnot. Select a different section, and then do the same here so the road can match up a little bit better. So let's select layer 3. I'm going to select something up here and then kind of add a few little clone stamps to mask that out. So what I'm going to do now is kind of just go into each layer and try to match up the colors a little bit better. And when I'm done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. I didn't spend too much time doing it. I just did a few tweaks here and there, and then I was able to blend the colors a lot better. And that's all there is to it. The only thing I can see here that I might want to fix is to go select layer 4, right click, warp, and then just kind of fix the top so that it's a little bit straighter. So just like that. So that's essentially how you make these images. It's not hard at all. You do need some patience and some time and some knowledge in Photoshop. Not too much, because I don't know that much, and I was able to kind of figure this out. So what do you think? Pretty cool, right? It's not really that hard to do. When I first saw them, I was just blown away and didn't really understand how it was even possible. But now I guess you guys kind of understand how it's done, and I'd like to see what you guys create using this tutorial and using this method to capture these cool droneception pictures. So if you do decide to do that, tag me up on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to check out your pictures. And I also did a little behind the scenes vlog of that day when I shot that tutorial. So if you want to check that out, I got a link up there. And guys, if you're interested in supporting what I'm doing here on my channel and supporting my videos, I just joined this website called Gawkbox, and basically you can join up on that site and support my channel for free. You don't have to pay anything, and it's pretty awesome. So I got a link down in the description. Check that out if you want. And I'm looking forward to seeing your creations, so make sure you tag me. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.